Every secret you have ever sent online, from your bank passwords to your private texts, is currently sitting in a digital vault waiting to be cracked. A new type of machine is being built that could break all our current security in a matter of minutes, leaving the entire world exposed. We are living through a quiet crisis in digital security that most people are completely ignoring, and the stakes could not be higher. Today, we are going to look at the one technology that might actually save us from a total collapse of privacy and digital trust. It is called quantum communication, and it promises something that sounds like science fiction. A way to send data that is physically impossible to hack. But is it actually as perfect as the scientists claim? Or are we just building a better lock for a door that can still be kicked down? To understand the solution, we first have to understand why we are in so much trouble with our current systems. Right now, almost everything you do online is protected by something called RSA encryption, which relies on really big prime numbers. If I give you the number 15, you know instantly that 3 times 5 equals 15 because that math is very easy. But if I give you a number that is 500 digits long, your computer will struggle for years to find the 2 prime numbers that created it. This difficulty is the only thing keeping your credit card information safe when you buy something on an app or a website. Hackers cannot get your data because their computers simply are not fast enough to solve those massive math problems before the sun burns out. However, there is a giant shadow looming over this system, and it comes in the form of the quantum computer. Imagine a machine that doesn't just work faster, but works in every possible reality at the same time to steal your identity. Unlike the laptop you're using right now, a quantum computer does not process information in simple ones and zeros. It uses qubits, which can exist in multiple states at once, allowing it to perform millions of calculations at the exact same time. In 1994, a mathematician named Peter Shor proved that a sufficiently powerful quantum computer could crack RSA encryption almost instantly. Governments and hackers are already participating in what is called Harvest, now decrypt later attacks against big corporations and rival nations. They are stealing encrypted data today, even if they cannot read it, just so they can unlock it once quantum computers are finally ready. This is where quantum communication enters the picture as the ultimate shield against this looming digital apocalypse. Instead of relying on difficult math problems that might eventually be solved, quantum communication relies on the fundamental laws of physics. Specifically, it uses a process called quantum key distribution, or QKD, to share secret codes between 2 people. Imagine you want to send a secret message to a friend, but you are worried someone is listening to your conversation. In the quantum world, you would send your secret key using individual particles of light, which are called photons. These photons have a special property called polarization, which means they can be oriented in different directions, like up, down, or sideways. The magic happens because of a rule in physics called the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, which says you cannot measure a particle without changing it. If a hacker even looks at your message, the laws of the universe will literally rewrite the data to tell you you're being watched. In a normal hacking scenario, a spy can intercept a digital signal, copy it, and send it along without anyone ever knowing they were there. But in quantum communication, if a hacker tries to look at the photons to steal the key, they inevitably bump into them and change their state. This creates tiny errors in the data that the sender and the receiver can see immediately, like a digital tripwire that cannot be avoided. If the 2 parties see these errors, they know the line is compromised, and they simply throw the key away and start over. It is like sending a letter in a glass envelope that shatters the moment anyone other than the recipient tries to touch it. This sounds like a perfect system, but as with all things in technology, there is a massive gap between theory and reality. The first big challenge is distance, because sending single photons through a fiber optic cable is incredibly difficult over long ranges. As light travels through glass, the signal gets weaker, and eventually the photons are absorbed by the cable and disappear. In normal internet systems, we use amplifiers to boost the signal, but you cannot boost a quantum signal without destroying the quantum state. This means that for a long time, quantum communication was limited to very short distances, like just a few miles across a city. We are effectively trying to build a global network using particles that are so fragile, a single speck of dust can kill them. Scientists are trying to fix this by building quantum repeaters, but these are essentially mini quantum computers that are very hard to build. Another way around this is to go into space, which is exactly what China did in 2016 with a satellite named Michus. By sending photons through the vacuum of space instead of through glass cables, they managed to share a secret key over 1,200 kilometers. This was a massive breakthrough, proving that a global quantum internet might actually be possible if we put enough hardware in orbit. However, even if we solve the distance problem, we still have to deal with the most dangerous element of any system, which is the hardware itself. While the laws of physics might be unhackable, the machines built by humans are often full of tiny, hidden flaws. Hackers have already found ways to trick the detectors that receive the light particles by hitting them with bright laser pulses. By blinding the detector for a split second, a hacker can force the system to behave in a way that lets them steal the key without being caught. This is known as a side-channel attack, and it shows that the physical world is much messier than the equations in a textbook. The most secure system in history is currently being defeated by a simple flashlight and a bit of human error. There is also the massive problem of cost, because quantum equipment requires specialized lasers and detectors that are extremely expensive. You cannot just download a quantum security app on your phone. You need thousands of dollars of hardware just to get started. This means that for the foreseeable future, this level of security will only be available to banks, governments, and the military. We are essentially creating two different tiers of the internet, one for the elites that is truly secure, and one for everyone else. Even with these hurdles, the progress being made is staggering, with new quantum networks popping up in cities like New York and Geneva. Researchers are now looking into quantum entanglement, where two particles stay connected no matter how far apart they are in the universe. If we can master entanglement, we could theoretically send information across the world instantly, without any physical path for a hacker to intercept. This would be the holy grail of communication, creating a network that is not just fast, but fundamentally private by its very nature. We are on the verge of creating telepathic data that teleports across the globe, leaving hackers with absolutely nothing to grab. But we have to ask ourselves if we are ready for a world where encryption can never, ever be broken by any authority. While that sounds great for your privacy, it also means that bad actors could coordinate their actions with absolute, unbreakable secrecy. Law enforcement agencies are already worried about how they will catch criminals if they can no longer intercept digital communications. It is a classic double-edged sword where the same technology that protects your bank account also protects the world's worst people. Despite these ethical dilemmas, the race to build the quantum internet is officially on, and it is a race we cannot afford to lose. If a rival nation gets a functional quantum computer before we have quantum communication, they could essentially turn off our entire digital economy. They could empty bank accounts, shut down power grids, and leak every private email sent in the last 20 years. Quantum communication is not just a cool gadget for tech enthusiasts. It is a vital upgrade for the survival of the modern world. The digital world as we know it is about to end, and only the laws of physics can build what comes next. So, while hacking might never be strictly impossible in every single scenario, we are getting closer to a world where the laws of the universe are on our side. The battle between the code makers and the code breakers is entering its most intense phase yet, and the rules are about to change forever. We are moving away from the world of clever math and entering a world where light itself is our best defense against the darkness. It is a fascinating time to be watching the tech space, as the very foundations of how we talk to each other are being rebuilt from the ground up. If you want to see how these quantum computers actually work and why they are so scary, you should check out this next video.